as you can see, there have been some changes to Live from the Art Pile. I had a lot of really good feedback, and most of it said pile of static books equals boring. And can we have more new releases per podcast? And I'm very happy to oblige. The only thing is, this is going to mean some technical changes. Normally I'd film the whole thing in one blast, so it would be scripted, filmed and done on the same day. That is not going to work. So I'm going to film each review as I do it, and then I'm going to stitch them together using an app. Hi, so this is the first of the 3 books I'm going to be reviewing, and it's Fall of Man in Wilmslow by David Lagerkrantz. Now, Lagerkrantz, you may remember, revitalised the Stieg Larsson franchise last year with Girl in the Spider's Web. Here is the review. June 7th, 1954. Alan Turing, persecuted and alone, takes a fatal bite from an apple laced with cyanide. On June the 8th, D.C. Leonard Carell begins investigating Turing's death, and through dogged determination, a certain naivete and a reawakened mathematical curiosity manages to attract the attentions of the security services. Carell begins to speculate on what Turing did during the war, his thinking machines and the liar's paradox. This is set up against a background of defecting spies, rampant paranoia, and the infamous Lavender Purge. We all know the story of Alan Turing, and this book takes you inside his life. It gives you a fascinating and extremely scary portrait of England during that time. It was the time of Burgess, Philby and Maclean. Homosexuals were supposed to be the ruin of the country, and of course Turing was homosexual. It makes you uncomfortable when you're reading it, but it's fascinating and well worth it. Our next book is The Strings of Murder by Oscar de Muriel. In a London terrorised by Jack the Ripper, heads are rolling at Scotland Yard, and Inspector Ian Fraser is one of them. In less than a day, he has lost his position, his fiancée, and his home. He arrives in a freezing cold Edinburgh in disgrace, attached to a unit that hunts ghosts and other supernatural phenomena. His boss is the eccentric and mercurial Nine Nails McGray. Under the noses of the press, the foppish inspector and the ghost-hunting detective must later arrest rumours of a Ripper copycat in the case of a murdered musician, a locked room, and a cursed instrument said to have been played by the devil himself. The last book in our podcast is Lost and Gone Forever. It's the last in the Scotland Yard Murder Squad novels for the time being, and it's by Alex Grecian. Inspector Walter Day stepped into Jack the Ripper's carriage at the end of the Harvest Man book, and he fell off the face of the earth. Most of his colleagues at Scotland Yard have stopped looking for him. They think he's dead. The only 2 people who think that Walter is still alive are his wife Claire and his ex-colleague Neville Hammersmith. 1 year later, Neville is running a private inquiry agency and Claire is his only client, until an employee of Plum's department store goes missing, and the employee's brother hires Hammersmith, along with his assistant Hattie Pitt, to locate the missing man and bring him home. At the same time, Walter Day, a much changed Walter Day, has escaped his prison. But he isn't going home. Also, the secret society that Walter's mentor was involved with hires a pair of foreign assassins to try and take care of Jack before he can kill the rest of their members. There's going to be a showdown at Plum's department store, and what could possibly go wrong? that is the end of the podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you like the new format. Please let me know in the comments below. And until next time, bye-bye.